Hello traders, it's Samurai Trader here. Welcome to this session. Right now we're seeing some incredible Hello traders, it's Samurai Trader here. Welcome to this video, day trading for beginners. At the moment we're experiencing the scourge of the coronavirus around the world, and my business as an educator, as a day trader, has gone through the roof. I've got hundreds of people a week contacting me, or either purchasing my programs or contacting me about learning how to day trade stocks, futures, or forex. But unfortunately right now a lot of people are also being sold that it's a walk in the park, that it's easy, that there's no work required, anyone can pick this up. And I just want to set the record straight and go through the very basics for you to really get your career underway, whether or not you join me as a trader or you go along your own journey. But what's very important is that you understand and get really the right information from day one. So as I mentioned, traders, I'm Samurai Trader, so welcome here to my studio here where I do my online training courses. And what I'm saying to traders is you don't have to do this. I've been doing this now for over 26 years. This is all trading. And let me just turn this camera off for a moment and just quickly go to this is a journey that most traders take. I'm in my boardroom here. I'll go out and I'll buy virtually every course in the world. Okay, I'll spend a small fortune on the way, buy a ton of books and invest in CDs, etc., and only to be disappointed. And what I really want to do in this short video is to really give you the facts, what's really involved. No, you don't have to spend thousands of dollars. Yes, you can do this provided you're willing to lay the foundation or really do it the right way from day one. So what I'm going to do is go through the key points of what you really need. You can do this. Fortunately, and fortunately for me and many others, trading's not rocket science, but it's still about understanding. What trading really is. Day trading is really a pattern solving exercise. So let me just pull this up. I do need to pull up the disclaimer. There is a risk in trading. Make sure you're not trading with the rent money, and of course many people want to learn how to trade so they can earn the rent money. So yes, I will show you how to do this. Not all of it in this first video. I've got on YouTube traders, I've got now over 400 videos, so there's a ton of stuff there. But most importantly, there is a risk in trading. Please feel free to pause the recording, but go to my website or click on the download link and you can download one of my free training manuals. And in that manual I'll talk about brokers and charts and candlesticks and a whole lot of terminology there, and that won't cost you a red razoo. And even more importantly, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. I've got over 20,000 members on my channel, or subscribers I really should say, and to be kept up to date with all of my latest videos. And even more importantly, if you are serious about learning and mastering out of day trading and scalping for only $197, you receive over 200 hours of online video instruction. Look, there's a ton of stuff here. I don't want to make this into a great big advertisement. This is really about, let's move on, because this is really about what's really involved and how do you get underway. Now, unfortunately, this is the approach that many people take when it comes to learning how to day trade. It's not rocket science, and in fact, traders, we need to keep it as simple as possible, because otherwise you suffer from what we call confused knowledge. Over 70% of the traders that join me are already experienced, so found trading difficult. And of course the other 30% obviously are brand new traders, and so they get really pulled from pillar to post really on what to do, what's the right trading platform, what do I do for this, what's the right market, etc. So let me get you on the right track. All right, so first of all, these are the key considerations. This is a business. Traders, if you're a brand new trader or trading has not been kind to you up till now, you need to watch this video. Very important. Unfortunately, This is not a business about quick riches, but it is a business that you can gain incredible financial security, provided you're willing to look at this as a 90 to 180 day internship. That's right, unless you're already very experienced. For an example, I've got a setup called a 34B and 2B. An experienced trader can be running with that within 2 or 3 days. But a brand new trader, there's a lot of other things that you need to take in account, and be fair to yourself and give yourself that 90 to 180 days. Okay, it's not rocket science, but you need to really lay the foundation. You need to gain what we call screen time. So first of all is a time frame. Now the next thing is acquiring the knowledge on actually how to day trade. Now there's just so many little things to master in the art of day trading, but the great thing is, and look, forget my program's only $197 for a moment, but there's no need to spend thousands of dollars. There's so much great free stuff on YouTube and out there on Google that really you can get virtually everything you need for peanuts. You really can. There's no need to spend thousands of dollars. Save it for your trading account, but you do need to get the knowledge. So be prepared to invest in, if you don't want to say get involved in my program, invest in a few really good books. Go and spend 2 or 3 hours a day watching YouTube videos, because it ain't rocket science. It's really not. So make sure you lay the foundation. The next thing is, it's important that you set a trading goal. Now if you're trading futures or forex, per contract or standard lot that you trade, our members have a target of earning $200 to $400 a day per contract. And I'm not going to go into how much money and how you can build your accounts and whatever. It's not really the purpose of this video, but the purpose is to really, you've got to have a trading goal. You've got to set a target, and it's just something magical happens when you've got a target set and you aim for that. So it may be 1,000, it could be 10, 20,000 a week, but set a trading goal. The next thing here to achieve your goal is your account size. Now if you're going to trade stocks, we've got what we call the pattern rule, where you need to have a $25,000 account. Even if you've got $25,000 traders, I'd say don't start there, because you want to start with a very small account and build from there. But first of all, start trading or learning how to trade on the simulator before you go to live trading. Now if you trade, say, forex, you can start off with as little as $400 or $500 and start trading micros or minis and building from there. Develop the confidence. Ultimately you want to get, if you say want to trade forex, or if you want to trade futures, and if you trade futures, the ideal account size is perhaps around the $5,000 to $6,000 $7,000 mark. But you can trade, and one great thing now is you can now trade the micro e-mini, and you only need around $1,000 for that. In fact, as soon as I finish recording this video today, I'm recording another video on how to day trade with a small account, and so how to start with a small account. And you can get going with futures with around $1,000. Okay, to be exact, because of the extra volatility in the market, you need about $1,300. But even before you go live, you want to master your trading on the simulator, and you build from there. Okay, so the realistic amount, traders, is you need to have 500 to 2,000 to really get something happening as far as a broker's account underway. The next thing is money management, risk management. I'm still seeing that so many educators out there will promote, because they don't trade in their own right, they'll promote to you that it's okay to have a 5% risk. Rubbish. It's suicide, traders. You must trade a market and have the account size where you're never risking any more than 2% as a maximum. And as you build your account, you lower that amount. Yes, you'll have a smaller return or a lower return on your equity, but you know, it's a lot safer, it's a lot easier. And as we say, there are old traders, there are bold traders, but there are no old bold traders, meaning if you don't follow the money management rules and the risk management rules on the maximum exposure, right, the market will get you. Someone else is going to empty your bank account, your trading account. So very, very important, never more than 2%. The next thing is picking the right market or markets to trade, and that's one thing nowadays. I've got a real bias toward futures. I used to trade forex full time. Now it's really 100% futures, but futures or forex, really, there are benefits to both, but the bottom line is you get to know the market, and this is what I believe is it's a benefit over stocks. Unless you specialize in Tesla or Amazon or whatever, you want to get to know the personality of the market. Okay, so it's very, very important that you find out which are the best markets to trade and why, and understand those markets. So we want a market where it's got some volatility, so we want to see that we get those trends, which are very, very important. We want to see a healthy trading volume. We also want to see that it fits within our budget to open up an account to trade that market. For an example, at the moment, and I'm recording this mid-April 2020, and because of the volatility in the market, the CME, the exchange, has got it that the maximum or the per contract value that you need to trade an ES contract is $13,500. Now, I trade with TradeStation, and TradeStation still have an intraday account where you can halve that, so just say $7,000. okay, you can still trade, but normally when the markets settle down, and they will settle down, you only need $600 to $700 per contract you trade. Now there's still problems with that, because then if you trade with that little amount of money, you're breaking all the money management rules under the sun. However, there are markets there where you can have a lot less in there, such as trading the micros. You might trade the 10-year note, etc. And in this next video I'm going to cover that extensively, but that is very important. And they have their own personalities. Oil is very, very different. The black gold, the Texas tea, is very different than, say, trading the ES or trading stocks. So you want to spend your time there. The next thing is your broker. And for many traders, they are your make or break also. A broker usually will encourage you to leverage yourself up and to trade as often as you can. Not all brokers, but the majority. Why? That is how they make their money. Do you know why they call them brokers? Because many of them, they send you broke. Seriously. So you've got to really choose your broker correctly. For an example, if you go with a broker in the US or in the UK, they're all regulated, or even Australia with ASIC, they're the strictest regulators are in those countries now. Very, very important that you choose the right broker, and that you make sure that they're regulated. Now, if you trade Forex, you've got to be extremely careful, because many brokers are still, Forex brokers are still market makers. In other words, they are on the other side of your trade. Seriously. Now, what we saw 3, 4, 5, 6, going back 15 years ago, we saw brokers running stops all the time. Now, it still happens in some countries because they're not regulated like they are now with the US, Australia, and the UK. However, is your broker really thinking of you? If they're a market maker, be extremely cautious. You want to have a broker that provides what we call straight through processing, and that's the huge benefit of trading either stocks or the futures markets. You're dealing through your broker directly with the exchange. Now in the UK, we still have 1 or 2 brokers there that on, say, futures, they charge a spread rather than a commission. That is still a concern as well. So you really want to do your homework, traders, on the commissions that your brokers charge. And with your brokers, that then leads into your charting trading platform and the data. If you trade, say, Forex, you can get the virtually every Forex broker will give you or allow you to use the platform, the trading platform, execution platform called MT4. MT5 is also out, but the majority of traders still use MT4. That's a free platform. It's solid for the small trader, no problems. Okay, and it's free. And the data, that is the tick data that comes through that you're watching on your screen, is free when you trade Forex. So there's some many benefits of that in many ways. But if you're going to consider trading, say, well, look, you can use a broker's platform if you're going to trade stocks, but you do have limitations on a broker's platform. Now if you're going to trade futures, you definitely need to look at something like TradeStation, who I've been with over 20 years. You can look at NinjaTrader 7, but NinjaTrader 8, that would probably be, and I've got no alliance to any of these, by the way, platforms. So NinjaTrader 8, which I don't use, I use TradeStation, but by far I've got literally 2 or 3, might even be close to 4,000 members who've got the NinjaTrader platform. It's huge, so it's very popular. Now with NinjaTrader, I think you can buy a lifetime license for under 1,000 USD, and then the commissions, if you use their broking division, are a lot cheaper. So this is where a lot of brokers are then tied in to charting platforms. You've got someone like AMPS in America, where AMPS I think offer 6 or 7 really solid multi-charts, Sierra charts platforms. So you do need to put your time into looking at which is the right trading platform, because if you're starting out as a day trader, there's nothing more painful than having to have to move from that platform as you gain experience. Okay, I'm a bit of an old dog there. I like to and that's why I'm with TradeStation. I've been with them for so many years. I know the platform. Now the next consideration here is, are you going to be what we call scalping or day trading? Now, or you could be, of course, watching this because you want to swing trade. That is, you're holding positions overnight. So scalping and day trading, they can overlap, but generally we would have a number of trades and sometimes many trades during the day. Now we all have different trading personalities, so you need to really work out, really, are you a scalper? That is, do you get really impatient so you want to be kept busy, or are you more of a thinker where you want to sit back and take more of your time? If you are that sort of person, you're going to have a higher time frame. Okay, you don't want to be going, click, trade after trade after trade. So you've got to really work out which is the right trading methodology and strategy for you and the right time frame. None of this, by the way, is rocket science. This is all straightforward stuff. Now the next thing, which is really important for a new trader, and even for an experienced trader, if trading is not being kind to you, is the type of chart that you use. Now when you look at it, and sorry about this here, that'll be off my chart in a minute there. So the chart type, we've either got what we call time-based charts, which is the most common still, 3 minute, 1 minute, 15 minute, 10 minute chart time frames. I'm not a fan of time frame based charts because you have what we call big candles, which are easy, or big bars, but of course there are thousands of traders that like time-based charts. I love tick combined with Renko, but you got what we call tick charts and range charts and Renko, which I absolutely love. And the reason, for the experienced traders in the room, I use both tick and Renko. Renko is beautiful for smoothing out the price action and removing a lot of noise, but at times it can remove too much information, and that is why I'll have a relevant time frame set up on my tick charts. And then of course we've got volume charts. So as you explore what is right for you, you need to really put the time into working these things out. Now indicators, trading strategies, with your scalping, day trading, trend trading, trading with counter trend, this is probably one of the most important and confusing areas for a trader. Don't be sold on the BS that you've got to spend thousands of dollars on indicators. I'm not going to do it in this video, we run out of time, but I've got literally hundreds and hundreds of indicators that I've either purchased over the years or had coded. And in many of my videos, some of you, and if I've got existing members watching this, you know I show them in my first training sessions. And yes, there are some indicators that cost a couple of thousand that I own, which are really useful, that are great, but you know what, you don't need them. For a brand new trader, you want to keep your charts simple, minimal. Okay, as Richard Branson says, any fool can make something look complicated. So don't be sold on the BS. You've got to spend a lot of money on indicators. Some of the best indicators for trading are free. They won't cost you a red razoo. They come with every trading platform. Now, the reason we call them indicators, they indicate what price may do. There is no magic indicator. Virtually every indicator is based upon price. Okay, so we need to have price form. And then you've got what we call pure price action trading. It can be confusing, but don't spend a lot of money there. Now, the trading strategies, etc. Traders, let me just show you this again. Let's just go back to this camera for a moment. Okay, so I've been researching trading systems and strategies for many years, and like, for an example, the Wolf Wave. Now, the Wolf Wave was put together by Bill Wolf many years ago, and I purchased his course way back in the day when we used to use faxes. Okay, and it's just amazing how accurate the Wolf Wave actually is. Now, the point there is, traders, that there are literally thousands of trading systems and methodologies around the world that are free. They won't cost you a cent. There's no need to buy anything, like the old floor trader strategy. Yes, you might want to invest in some education on how to trade it correctly, but you can Google it and you can get it for free. The slingshot and many others won't cost you anything. Okay, you can get them for free, and they work brilliantly. They're trend continuation strategies. So yes, you still need to get perhaps some education on how to trade them correctly, but once again, you don't have to spend thousands of dollars to buy them. And then that really comes down to this very important thing. No matter what the strategy is, it should work on all time frames and all markets. And it doesn't matter whether you trade gold, forex, futures, stocks. The 34B, which is a trend following strategy, should work on every time frame in every market. Okay, you're going to take a double divergence, one of the strongest divergence counter trend strategies you can ever trade. Kicks butt probably 85% of the time you'll have a winner. It's not rocket science, the setup itself, but what it is taking the time in mastering the art of trading with the counter trend. And by the way, if you're a brand new trader, or if trading has not been kind to you up to now, do not counter trend trade. That is, you've got to develop the discipline to stay well away from trading counter trend. Unfortunately, so many traders just can't resist the temptation of picking tops and bottoms. Okay, so very important. Now, the next thing is, we call it I call it in my coaching room a get ready, get set, go. Okay, mastering your trade entries. So there are really three key things when you enter a trade. So when you're looking at a trade, where's my entry, where's my exit, and where do I put my stop loss? So very important. Unfortunately, with most charting platforms now, trading platforms, we can have this automated. That is, yes, we might have to click the buy sell button or place our order on the dome. However, the trade, when we hit our target, will automatically exit, and our stop loss can be automatically placed. That's incredible technology now on trading platforms, but you need to get that right. The next thing here is the hours or the time that you allocate for trading. Now, can I say this? Perhaps, oh well, look, you can't be half pregnant, traders. In other words, you've got to be fully committed. This is not something where you say, I'll give it a go. All right, you're better off going and doing something else or investing in another business. Either you're committed to trading or you're not. You see, so many traders think they're committed, but they're not. They're really only interested in trading, and there's a massive difference. You've got to remember that we're trading against some of the world's smartest people. We're trading against the algorithms, against the algos. Now, fortunately, trading is trading. The markets and the patterns are all the same, and it's not rocket science in that sense. However, you'll get a lot of these smart people. You know what probably their strongest attributes are? They're disciplined. They'll stay with the trade. They don't break the rules. They'll sit back and wait for hours for the trade to set up. If you're a scalper, you don't have to do it, but if they're scalping, they've got a set plan in action. All right, and they follow that plan. Unfortunately, most traders, they're in and out because they get bored, etc., or they're not willing to put the time into trading on the simulator, or they even break the rules there. In other words, if you're going to trade, okay, first thing is you've got to gain the screen time. There's something that you can't buy. You can go out there, buy my program, anyone's program, but what they can't give you is screen time. That is watching and understanding price action. Okay, it's screen time. Oh, let me get this right. Monopoly money. Oh, how's that? I couldn't get it out. I'm getting so excited about this. Monopoly money. There we go. It's out. By the way, traders, my videos here always real and unedited. Okay, Monopoly money. Get that right. And with that simulator, it's so important, traders, that you trade as if you're trading with real money, because this is where you start to hardwire the right or the bad habits in. Remember, discipline's like a muscle. The more often you practice it, the stronger you become. So it's very important you get this right. Then finally, when you go to live money, now when you start your live trading, as I mentioned earlier, it doesn't matter whether you've got $50,000 or $100,000. You've got to earn the right to build up the number of contracts that you trade. You start with the simulator, then you go to one contract, then you go to two, then you go to three, and you build. Or if you're trading stocks, you might start off with 50, go to 100, you go to 200, but you use the market's money. Yes, it might take you an extra 2 or 3 months to get up there where you're earning your $10,000 a week, but you're doing it the right way. So if you've got $100,000 and say you've been laid off in a job, or you've got some savings you can draw down, go and invest that elsewhere. You only need $5,000 or $6,000, and you can do it with, as I've mentioned, a whole lot less, and you build from there. You earn the right. Yes, it might take you longer to get there, but traders, at least you're going to be in the business long term. So traders, over the last 27 minutes, I've given you a lot of information here, but it's very important, traders, that you lay the right foundation. And perhaps just one more thing, and you'll hear me talk about this time and time again, and it's what we call Curly's law. Now, epic success as a trader really comes down to that one thing. And you may remember Jack Palance, who played the grumpy old cowboy in the movie called Curly, in this movie back from 1991, where Curly says, do you know what the secret of life is? And Curly holds his finger up and he says this, and Mitch turns around and says, your finger? Curly said, one thing, just that one thing, you stick to that and the rest don't mean shit. But what is that one thing? That's what you've got to find out. And what's that one thing? In trading, there's sort of a lot of areas, and in life we've got different areas where we need to focus on that one thing. The one thing, the one big tip I am going to give you today, traders, start with trading with the trend. One strategy, trading with the trend. That is how you start by mastering the art of day trading. So the next video I'm about to come and record virtually straight away is how to day trade with a small account. Thank you, traders.